Wee hee 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 hee. Ah woo hoo 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 hoo. Hello. Hi Kara, hi chat, how you doing? We're back again. I love this game. I was checking where we're at. We're back at the circus. Oh yeah, we can just gather free stories here by the new arrivals. Yoink. And we're briefly without Tara. What? Okay. Let's go behind the tent. Oh, we can talk to the twins now. It's interesting, actually. The tent is rather larger than the others. The flap is tied open for visitors. They sit across from each other in quiet conversation, sunk deep into their fat cushions. They smile awkwardly at you. Good for us to be together again. And not so good. Do you rather wish we could be free of this place? Perhaps you'll have better success. Perhaps. They fall into silence. You cannot pull them out of. Did we fix the clown? The pensive clown. His head is bowed. His bald dome shines in the lantern light. If you ignore the grease paint, he looked not unlike the bust of a Grecian philosopher. Oh no, he's a Twitter profile picture head. The clown rubs the back of his head. Troubling to me that the show goes on even if no one's here to watch it. He looks at you searchingly. What does he expect you to say? He's just like me for real. The headstrong, strong woman. If she isn't performing or training, she tends to keep inside her caravan. How's she doing? She prepared tea for herself, but is happy to share. It's weak, though. Its leaves have been used several times before. I can't believe people brought things to the show. I was like, I was in Mahogany Hall again. Okay, let's go talk to the ringmaster. The tent's open for anyone who wishes to drop by. We already choose this quest? Oh yeah, we did. Visit the reclusive carpenter in Port Avon. Okay, what else were we doing here? We are like fresh on Terra. Hi Duck, how you doing? Yeah, we're doing fine on Terra. Not so fine on supplies, so we'll make a trip back to New Winchester. We should tidy up the Port Avon area. Haven't done that yet. Hi, Duck. Oh, woo. Oh yeah, we got two cannons. And a big old honking device. Honk. Honk. This is me when I see a clown nose in real life. Just like bludgeoning a clip. You know how clowns do have noses that honk? If you beat up a clown, it would be the funniest thing on earth. They'd just be like, honk, 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 and you just like lay your punches into them. I'm not recommending you beat up a clown. Clowns strike me as the sort that have like hidden Tommy guns under their hats. They strike me as the sort that's like, wow, looks like you just tried to shoot me. Gets you. Oh, good, it's Easter, so no work today. Slept well and enjoying some juice. Hey, yo. What kind of juice? Also, I didn't realize it was Easter today. I didn't get a chocolate egg. That's okay, I have like 78 more chocolates to go. I seem to have prepped my Easter like 2 months in advance by accident. Doot doot. Okay. Victoria Market, let's sell off all of our garbage. Good junk. We're up at 7k now. I forgot how much money we were making. Hot damn. Our supplies looking good again. 14 crew members manning this thing. And... fuck it, you know what? Let's get nutty. Runs with shielding. And repair locomotive. Beautiful. Now we're a tough old bird. Prickling Arctic Cornberry Frost. 3.5% tasty. That doesn't sound like juice. That sounds like booze. But I'm glad you're enjoying it. I think I'm a craft beer type snob, I found out. Or craft ale, or craft lager, they all taste the same. All alcohol tastes the same. Putting that on the table. I might have weird mouth. It would be an absolutely funny made-up disease for an ARG. Are you suffering symptoms of weird mouth? You might have weird talking. Chocolate eggs might spawn inside of your mouth while you sleep. Be very careful. Oh, no, I'm right. I'm not afflicted with weird mouth. I know I'm right. You've tried different alcohols, not all of them taste the same. They all blend together in the end. I used to be a prolific alcoholic. They eventually just blend into the same boozy taste. Except some of them, like, taste more watered down than others. A quiet day in Port Haven. Pleasant breeze wafts through the village, making even its pricklier residents relax their garden to welcome guests. Yeah, I don't want cheap fuel. Some burn the throat, which is used to like the most before, but not now. That's the one that Ace likes. I don't get it. Oh. You're not welcome? Ah, there we go. Commissioned a reclusive carpenter to repair the magician's equipment. You've been given a letter and several allegedly magical boxes delivered to him. The carpenter squints at the letter and gives you a quiet... I have one. Fine. Looks like I need the legs of a Kantankari. Tad morbid, I know, but I require viable joints, such as they have. Kantankari hunt. I mean, if we're lucky, one should be, like, drifting around Port Haven. If we're unlucky, we have to go all the way up there. Yeah, I just can't find the bosoms I enjoy anymore. Like, if I have to have a beer, I have to have, like, the best shit they got. Because otherwise it's just not tasty to me. Hi, Curry. Oh, come on in. Sheepu, sheepu. It's me, I'm a sheepu, sheepu. How you doing? I'm a little PNG boy. And it's not because the game runs badly, I'll tell you that much. I haven't had a beer in a long time now. I'm the opposite. I haven't had a spirit in a long time. People always, like, claim that, some of the best shit you can get is, I'll pay the Bronzewood. That's just profit, baby. Is Guinness. But after drinking a Guinness for long enough, I've come to realize that it too tastes watered down. You ever check Twitch, but you saw you here, so I say hi? Oh, hi! Only low percent you had lately is cider. See, the problem with cider is it does actually do something different, but that different isn't necessarily great for me. I get, like, really weird acid reflux with cider. I'm not a very competent cider drinker. I'm not. Nah. Also, like once I've had a pint full of cider, I just get like a really sticky mouth. It's like I'm the cider. It's a windy day today. I thought I saw it snow all in. Okay, bye, sheep. We love you. Bye, Curry. You take care of yourself, okay? Is it like really late where you are, though? Settlers who live so far beyond the edge of blah blah blah. Their homestead comprises of a scattering of houses and 2 ramshackle barns. A cloud of dust rises from the yard. 2 men are fighting. Stop! Hey, you stop that! Men are graying and scarred. Their arms are brown as teak and knotted with muscle. They strike indiscriminately, but thus far, ineffectually. As far as you can tell, they're fighting over what color to paint a shared outhouse. I'm going to steal their stuff while they're distracted. They should consider this a sound moral lesson in peaceful coexistence. You make way of a box of victuals. Perhaps when they realize what's happened, it will help bring peace. They'll realize there are worse things in the sky. There's Hugh, for a start. Whoop, whoop. Only 11:20? That's pretty late. You gotta go sleepies. My arms are right here, quick. The devious little sheep boy has acquired another cuddle. Ding ding ding. Rip the legs off. Not a pleasant way to spend an afternoon, but it's what the carpenter has asked for. If dead, the Captain Kari is reluctant to part with its limbs. With careful uses of hammer and chisel, you're able to crack its shell and cut the tendon, falling in place. Once removed, the legs come out easily. Once you've cleaned the eye core off, they're ready to present to the carpenter and Port Haven. Wrap your arms around you and fall asleep instantly. Well, come here again. Come here. I'll get you. I'll get you with my magic sleep attack. So nice being able to... Come here. Get over here. Kent and Kari fuck. Yeah. Thank you for stopping by, Curry. It's not a lot here, but also just melted and now it's really sunny. Ah, that's the worst. The worst is when it gets like really sunny after it's raining and it just like heats up all the moisture. Just makes it even warmer than it needs to be. I like a really bitter cold or windy day when it's sunny. That's my ideal. Bitter cold, windy, but still sunny. And then when I get home, I want it to rain. Oh. Oh wait, there's a signal station. Telescope. The signal box is shrouded in grey. Close up, you can see the box is covered in delicate webs, studded with cocoons. From the blue and white pattern of a bundle, it appears a spider has trapped a teapot. Inside, beneath a desk covered with rusted leaves, is a luggage trunk. Captains in dire need can borrow from the cache inside, but custom dictates they must later replenish it. I'll read the ledger. Captains who withdraw from the cache should note their names and ship, and what they took. Occasionally, they add anecdotes. Handwriting is poor but legible. Captain Senior deposited materials for hull repair to pay back their debt. There's a column for miscellaneous notes. Captain writes of vast objects that drew a burning arc across their path. Said a line into the vision, and the navigator's heart. He insisted on trying to follow it for days. They're having a worse time than I am. The place was a folly. Already nature strives to reclaim it. It's not a place to linger. Bang, open up, this is the police. No. Burns all the evidence. We're here to arrest Mr. W. Sheep for the crime of being an adorable sheep boy. Eats myself. Afford? Actually, true. Yeah, that's true. I got a system in place where if I ever hear the police, everything's just getting deleted. If I ever hear, we're police, we have an arrest warrant, just my entire house explodes with me in it. It's a joke, by the way. I just like the idea of Sheeper, like, taking the most extreme action. Now the police knock on the door, they're like, hey, did you, lose your phone in town? Because we found it. It's just like, you'll never take me alive. And then, like, Sheeper ragdolls like a Gmod explosion. You here to start too, but you were busy with work, so you let Kara get the first? Yeah, you just let Kara get first. Believable. Now the police knock on the door and they're like, did you submit some paperwork for some lost property? And, like, I'm just, like, frantically flicking the switch next to the door that says, burn all the evidence. And I'm like, no, officers, no. And then, like, slowly but surely the top floor of my house just, like, combusts. And they're like, got a fire! And I'm like, no. It's just, like, burning smoke is coming out of the window. It's just like, so, I surrender. I think it's because my humor set is like some of the things that really amuse me. And I want to preface this by saying most of the time I understand that these videos are fake, but sometimes even when they're not, they're really funny. It's just random acts of just immense overkill to random people. Like, I remember seeing this fucking video a while back of, I think, like, a news reporter. Well, no, I think he's faking being a news reporter, and he's speaking into a microphone while looking at a camera, and he just, like, takes out a water balloon and, like, fucking throws it at a dude's head who's behind him, then immediately just turns back to camera and keeps talking as if he never did it, and this dude's just, like, confused, like, who the fuck just threw that at me? What the fuck? What? And then, like, the second that he turns away, he just, like, throws another water balloon at this dude's head. It just goes right back to it. Oh, man. Support the captains, Kevin. Marauders are rarely democratic. The captain rules by strength. Claims the best for their own keep. Cabin door did not survive the onset of your guns, nor did the captain. You have to tread carefully. The carpet will not be saved. If you scorch documents set on the bronzewood desk, it makes for interesting reading. Apparently, London had need of a few brave captains willing to bring fire to the tactics. You'd not have expected to be signatories of the order. Blink. Yeah, I love memes that are just overkill like that. Like, I saw this live meme, and I hope this one was fake, because it's so dickish, but it's also just hilarious to me for no reason. Where someone was just, like, at the supermarket, and someone was shopping while, like, leaning on their trolley. And this guy just, like, fucking sweeps one of their legs out, and they just, like, fucking crumple into the trolley. I shouldn't laugh. It's so mean, but it's funny. I think I'm a bad person. There was this other one that really got me the other night where I was looking at this, like, fucking TikTok compilation because I'm unoriginal as shit. And, there's this woman walking down the road and she's like, you ever get that feeling when you're walking down the road that you feel like someone's behind you and then you turn around but no one's there? But then you remember, I'm that psychopath. And then they just, like, point their camera forwards, and they've just, like, been following this, like, random person all along, and then they just start laughing, like, it's like, shut up, this goofy-ass TikTok cannot be real. That's so evil. Oh my fucking god. Like, I've been having a hell of a time discovering my sense of humor. And I'm afraid I have come to terms with the fact that I think I'm just a terrible person. At least I'm not a fucking, like, one of those people who's like, haha, I'm gonna put out a meme compilation, fills it with racism. Like, oh, that's cool. That's cool that you decided to do that. It's cool that you think that racism's funny. Like, what do you want me to say? Like, I don't find racism funny. I don't find, like, any form of hatred towards other people funny. I don't know how these accounts keep getting away with this shit. Absurdist humor, yes. I would like to present a reclusive carpenter with his materials. It's what he said he needed to fix the magician's equipment. Reclusive carpenter bids you deliver the materials outside his workshop and return in 2 days. After time has passed, just outside your locomotive, you find the magician's equipment, boxed and ready for transport. Carpenter is nowhere to be seen. Do, 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 do. Huh. Are you watching something and you suddenly think you see where it's going, but then what the fuck? Yeah, like, I think one of the famous examples that got shared a while back was, like, this fucking scene where a guy shows up at someone's house and is like, hey, do you want to buy some shoes or something? And, like, opens their coat and they've just got shoes lining it. And, like, you think that this meme is going to go in, like, a Vine humor type direction, but then it just, like, fucking devolves and it keeps going. And it's glorious. Like, you have no idea what the next fucking play is going to be. And it's like, actually, I'm a police officer and you are under arrest. It's like, why is it still going? But, like, the longer it went on for, the funnier it fucking got for no reason. My peak in comedy has always been Dadaism. It's why I always really enjoyed Eric Andre, despite the fact that I know some of his bits are, like, kind of edgy. Like, he did a bit one... His bits are, like, live-action pranks, but they're taken to... They're not, like, random assaults. Is what I'm gonna say. They're not like the sort of prank where it's like, haha, throwing water in people's face after the fucking acid attacks in London. Like, that was a big one that happened ages ago. Like, when Eric Andre goes out and he pranks the public, what he does is he pays people to act. So he pays this guy to act like he's just, like, sat in the park enjoying himself, and he pays another 4 actors to go and, like, kick the shit out of him, and it just, like, films people's reactions to watching this random assault. I'm like, that's fucking genius to me. He did another one too, which was like... It's his fucking darkest bit, I feel like. But it's also really funny seeing people's reactions. Like you're watching some... We can make a dumb one. Where you're walking along towards a really deep puddle. Everyone expects you to fall in, but then someone's head pops out of the puddle. See, that's the genius humor that we're going for these days. You gotta subvert them expectations. That's what comedy's all about. Yeah, one of the funniest and, like, darkest sketches that Eric Andre ever did that I really fucking, like, couldn't stop laughing at for, like, a fucking full 5 minutes is, he's got, like... I don't remember the full context, but I think he's got, like... he's got this fake TV show-like equipment, and he's, like, pretending to be, like, well, we're the cool patrol, or whatever. And he's, like... I think that was the assault, actually. But he also does another one where he fucking kidnaps someone in broad daylight. And then, like, he has an actor who's, like, paid to, like, be on the street, like, also, like, screaming, like, holy shit, help! Someone help! And, like, it's all fake, but it's just fucking funny to me. I feel so sorry for anyone who had to witness that and didn't get any context. It's like looking at a tragedy unfold, but also a really funny one. It's like how I find the current sitting president immensely funny because he's also like a fucking tragedy. How are you in office, man? I'm sure when this VOD goes up on my YouTube channel, people will be able to apply that to every president still. Like, I couldn't laugh at last one, because, like, he was a severely, like, openly, clearly fucking racist criminal piece of shit. But the new guy, oh my god, he's just funny to me in a way that I can't explain. He's just, like, he stumbles his words constantly, forgets what he's fucking talking about, wanders off, randomly. And, like, you get to watch his character evolve. He starts doing new shit. He's like, anyway, these days. That's his new thing. It's like, when he forgets, he's just like, anyway. It's like, hey, he said the line, he said the line. In 150 years, a stand-up comedian will sit down and say strawberry and the whole audience will burst out laughing. I don't know. It depends how they say strawberry. I'll say one thing though, the point of comedy is never to punch down. That's my views on comedy. Like, it could be as absurdist or weird or, like, whack as you want, as long as you're not punching down or, like, hurting people. Write ourselves a port report. Strawberry. It's the 10th of a grand ball. Glory of port prosper season. You're on our worst behaviour once more. Done this event before, nothing really changes. You are embraced by the impoverished East Enders. Roast chestnuts burn on open fires. East Enders stoke the flames and tend to charcoal burning. I'm not sure if there's anything we can, like, accomplish here by continuing to do that. Ooh, stained glass. Nice. Just grab a bunch of that in bulk. Nice. Nice. Ain't we outie? He's dropping. Like, as humor evolves, you enter, like, weird cycles where, like, the current shit becomes unfunny. The old shit becomes, like, really funny. And then, like, any new shit is fucking hilarious. See the new Stellaris Dev Diary? I haven't paid attention to that game since its newest disappointing DLC now. I've stopped giving Paradox chances to hurt me. I will come back to Stellaris when they fix the fucking population lagging issue. They actually make my games worth fucking playing. Co-op? Still not worth playing. Pay my respects, Light Lanterns. Yay! Hecty's gratitude. You're able to dig out a dozen or more lanterns from the muddy sleet. You find tinder to light them and rope to lash them to the wooden posts that mark graves. Now the posts are marked with black crosses, indicating a member of the Windward Corps of Oathbin and the Shotfirers. Ahsoka sings a brief and dirge like him. They can share your suffering with a friend. It really shouldn't be so hard for them to fix the population lagging issue that is at the core of every game they make. Instead of just making it so, like, population just grows really slow later on, so that is just a logistic nightmare for you to fucking work out. Good luck. Like, it always used to work fine. And I'm not lying when I say that. It worked so good. And now it just doesn't. Stretch, okay. You can't reach the end game because Stellaris punishes you for it. Oh. That's the hardest I've ever been hit. Oh wow, I can just, like, peel that hull back. Had a friend trying to get you into Stellaris, but struggled to get you to stick onto it. No, that's completely valid. If the game ain't your call, and that's cool. I've put like 1,000 hours into it, and I fucking hate its guts. And I'll keep hating it until they fix it. And I'll be waiting a long fucking time. Played a bunch when you got it. DLCs had fun, and then you moved on. Yeah. Like, there's a sweet spot of Stellaris content for me, and I went back and I played the content from then. Fucking great shit. Like, back before they changed the population system and broke it so severely that it never worked again. Fucking incredible. Hydrate, okie dokie. Back when you had the grid system. Mm. But now it's just trash. And I'll never forgive it. Because I think back to one of the best playthroughs I ever had in Stellaris. And I was going for fucking hours and hours and days and days and days, and I'd conquered most of the galaxy. I'd almost secured every fucking planet. And that was the time. And then you get to New Stellaris. And it's stupid fucking population system that they decided to change. Oy. Makes a little laddie sad. Watch an unlicensed chart. Find price for a second-hand treasure, or let's see what's it. No, that's cool. Buy an unlicensed chart. Leave. 350 sovereigns. Christ. Never done that again. Savage Secret. Sounds Dude Gossip. We have 11 of them. Okay, 11% more terror to get rid of. Great terror, step right up. Treatment of guilt, please. Doesn't matter what options you pick, they'll get rid of terror the same. Also, briefly without terror. Neat. Yeah, if you were ever going to play Stellaris again, I would recommend where I really enjoyed it, which was like 2.7. 2.7. If it gets rid of your terror, cheaper adds terror to me. Another peaceful sky altercation. I'm depleted on money by doing it. Yeah, Stellaris is sadly the most good space 4K game. 4X, I should say. Like, I tried Endless Space, didn't like it. Or whatever that one's called. Stellaris, though, it just had some of the most perfect vibes. Get ready and get off to work. Leave PC on so you can work for you. Thank you, Kara. I love you. But you don't have to leave your PC on for little old me. They're shooting at me. Shoot back. They won. I had 14 guys all armed. They won. Yeah, but to kind of elaborate on my feelings on the Stellaris and just to end up on it, I want to talk about like how a modern game of Stellaris goes. It's like you could micromanage every single planet in that game. That's the way I want to play the game. Their new population system makes it very hard to do that because of the way the population grows and buildings develop over time. Their old system, it worked fine. You have a population on that tile, and it's good, it's not a problem. This one, it has unemployment and overcrowding issues. But you can deal with that, you can deal with that. But, as you just keep fucking going, the game has to calculate, individually, every single in-game month, every single population in the game. And it gets to the point where this slows down every single day that passes in the game. And it slows it to a crawl. It goes from day. It passes like that. To the late game being like day. Like your fleets barely move, nothing in the Empire changes. It's a waste of fucking time trying to cover up lag issues that they never fixed. I hate them! I hate them! I'm gonna keep your PC on for you. I love you, Kara. Leave you cuddles later. Don't you worry about it. I'll give you a big squish. Sheeper hug. Mass Effect power and reach. How much worse could it get for them? But the tech teas are prospering. They fucking love me. And the Windward Company hates me. If I'm not in the newspapers for the Winchester War now, I'm gonna be fucking shot. I'm single-handedly carrying this fucking war, do you hear me? Okay. Wolseley Station. Unless there's any seeds and nectar, no. I was about to say stained glass bounties are like 1 in a million in this area, but they pay really good. There we go. Add that to the bank I'm accumulating. God damn. Lip bite. Reminder, by the way, we want the Mullet class liner. 20 storage slots, plus 40 HP, 18 crew capacity, a heavy armament slot, 3 bridge slots. Oh! In other words, it's ideal for us. Okay. Main strategy games you play from time to time is Total War Warhammer 3. Back when Warhammer 2 was new. I used to play almost daily. Real Earth Fancy Medieval saying. I've heard of the Total War Warhammer games are fucking good. I heard they're really good strategy games. Like, just fun. Good times. You felt like somehow you got and worsted them? I mean, it makes sense when these games are like... I'm pretty sure, like, wasn't Total War Warhammer still updated? It makes sense if some stuff changed. And I know Total War Warhammer 3 is getting updated. Yeah, Total War games, they're fine. They're good. But the way that Paradox does its business models is they do the bare minimum in terms of coding, and then they staple DLC that no one asked for to add bonus features. I can prove it. I can. People used to say that the fleet combat in Solaris was bad. They added the Apocalypse DLC, which changed it up. People used to say that the, Actually, a lot of the time they add features no one fucking asked for. Like, I'm fine with the fucking Federation DLC as a whole. But, like, no one asked for it. Then, like, the Espionage DLC. Nemesis. Nemesis has the ability to win the game, become the Crisis, and blow up the galaxy. That should be cool. But it also adds a really annoying, boring spy mechanic, which, again, no one asked for. No one was looking at, like, this space strategy game and thinking, you know what we could use? Spying. Just a struggle to get more people and to get Warhammer. Large prices and tons of DLC. Not everyone likes those kind of games. I totally get you. I totally fucking understand what you mean. Luckily, you're in the right community if you wanted to, like, find some peeps to play with you. I don't like that there's another fucking spore here. It's weird. Like, I'm pretty sure they shouldn't be here. Harvest for Lichen. No. Just study it. One vision of the heavens. Does not respond to movement, heat, or light. It does, however, seem inclined towards sound, emanating a puff of spores in the direction of 2 Chetan crewmen. Perform further experiments. It ignores noise of engines and is unresponsive to music, but it does respond to singing. Apparently, the fungus likes voices. Weird. Use the spy thing mainly to ruin reputations of federations. See, that would be cool if there was, like, any strategy to spying aside from, like, leave your spy on a place once it's gained enough spy points, activate the spy ability. Are there people that play Total War Warhammer here that you could co-op with? I'm almost certain that, like, I've cultivated a community of Warhammer nerds. I put out a post last night to test that on my Twitter. Like, just to see how many Warhammer nerds do I have orbiting me. And, it was many. It was many. Like, within the first, like, minute of it being up, it had, like, 3 likes already, and it was just like, oh, I see. I'm surrounded on all sides. Wait. Yeah, I know of a lot of Warhammer nerds. I don't know how many play the games. You can ask around, though. Maybe not in chat right now, but on the Sheeper Discord. Yeah, in the Sheeper Discord, I've definitely got Warhammer nerds. They're swarming us. Let's go behind the tent. Deliver the magician's repaired equipment. His friend in Port Haven has fixed the delicate machines. They're ready to be used again. The magician inspects his equipment thoroughly, as a gunnery officer would their cannons before a long-awaited engagement. When he is satisfied that the panels do shut properly and silently, breathes a sigh of relief. It's been some time since I've been able to do anything worth a demo. I remember back in those days, the people my performances would attract. His clenched catches on all pose of himself. I request you leave him alone to practice. I think that's everyone, right? Huh? Ooh, purchase costumes for the clown. Costumes not for the clown, but for his pet geese, Culls and Ruffles. It's not funny without him, confides the ringmaster. Best acts require him, the ringmaster says. But they won't perform unless they're in costume. And unfortunately, the geese have a habit of destroying after a few shows. With a friend in Port Haven who will be happy to supply the costumes. With money, but not transport. He hands you a small purse. Okay, well, I guess I know where I'm going next. Right back the way I just came from, oy vey. Like, make the trip out to Highbrass. I mean, we're pretty good positioned to do so. We can chuck away anything crappy we find. Want to just like map out more of this terrain and area. If we come across any hosts, that'd be good, because I'd like to make it a host weapon eventually. Besides, we do have a quest to go out to Highbrass. Ooh. Yeah, get him, Taxi. I'm not M. Don't get me. What up, Marauder? Fuel and supplies? Maybe? No, it just sees its cargo. Could be Bronzewood. It wasn't. Like, I've accidentally harbored a community of Warhammer nerds. Like, I had no real attraction to the series, and really, I don't have, like, much of attraction towards any of the products. I like the lore. That's about it. And yet, I am surrounded on all sides. Like, I had times where my friends were like, I'm going to paint you a model and send it to you. And I was like, no. I have nowhere to put it. Which is kind of a lie, because now I have storage space. They also told me, you should get into it, you should try painting. And I'm like, I don't have the hand dexterity for it. Love the lore, you should try and look it up more. Yeah, there's some, like, good lore channels. And then there's, like, one really shit one that I found. Like, the dude is such a fucking clown. Like, the guy keeps dropping, like, fucking slurs, which just fucking immediately caught me off guard. And then at the end of, like, his video, he goes, make sure to subscribe to the Patreon where you can see premium, uncensored Warhammer ladies. That's right. Do you want to see some Tau titties? I'm like, what the fuck? You're selling porn on your Patreon of fucking Warhammer? And it was just fucking hilarious to me. This fucking grifter just, like, makes these low-effort videos where he's like, anyway, guys, R word, R word, R word, R word, subscribe to Patreon and get Warhammer porn. Like, bro, anyone can look at Rule34.com. You are not special. What are you talking about? You know the one you're talking about? Yeah, and he was, like, the first search result when I went for, like, fucking Warhammer lore back in the day. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was so shell-shocked. I'm gonna throw away some supplies. Major kill, was it? I think that was it, yeah. I don't want to make any claims, though, in case that's the wrong person. But he ends every video with a plea like, banish the Oathbreaker, fuck's sake. He ends every, like, video with a plea that's like, make sure to subscribe to the Patreon, guys, where you can see some premium, uncensored Tau titties. And I felt like the first time he was joking, but then I watched it back and I was like, no, 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 he's serious. He's actually, like, selling Tau porn on his Patreon. What a fucking loose. Like, I guess he just represents the shit part of the Warhammer community. Which we all gotta admit there is one. Like, we've seen it. Like, one of the things that I saw in the Warhammer community that really fucking amused me is there is not once, not ever, not a single time in the history of the Imperium that homophobia or, like, bigotry in general have been on the table. Right? So every time you see one of those fucking Warhammer nerds in the wild who's like, you shouldn't paint your Warhammer Space Marines with LGBT schemes. You're a heretic. You're a filthy heretic. It's like, bro, the Emperor doesn't care who I fuck. Like, genuinely, the Imperium is not homophobic. It invented, like, space bigotry. It's not homophobic. Haven't looked at much at 40k. There are things in 40k you think is cool, but you prefer fantasy Warhammer more. It's understandable. I'm more of a Warhammer 40k fan because I've always been a fan of space. Are the people who pay losers? Everyone in that situation is a loser. But he has some patrons that pay just for the porn. He probably does, which is the saddest fucking thing. Yeah, like, there are people who claim you're not allowed to, like, paint your, like, Space Marines in good LGBT-style colors. I keep seeing it crop up from time to time where it's like, you're a heretic, you're a heretic. It's like, you haven't read the law. The law has never said anything along the lines of, like, homophobia, racism, like, sexism. It doesn't. It just doesn't say any of it. Find orcs hilarious in 40k, you find the Mechanicus cult cool. I love the Adeptus Mechanicus because they're space dumbasses. It thoroughly amuses me how stupid the Admech are. Like, they rub oil onto fucking machines and they're like, please work, please work, please work. They have a couple of machines that one guy got working, and then they fucking broke. That fucking guy died, and now they have no idea how to keep the machines running. Like, they have to keep these fucking, like, walking machines they have to keep them walking in circles forever, because if they fucking turn them off, they can't figure out how to turn them on again. The tower a really good viewing point for, like, the Warhammer universe in general. Because they're like, what if, like, a reality not dissimilar to ours became, like, a space empire? And, like, they go out there and they see the Adeptus Mechanicus for the first time, and they're, like, questioning them, like, hey, how does your warp gates and stuff work? And they're like, we anoint it with the holy oils, we pray to the Omnisire, and the gate turns on. And I'm like, yeah, but what the fuck is that? No, I'm not fucking around. What is that? It's a colonized Canton Kari. That thing used to be a Canton Kari. Don't fucking like it. I'm playing bullet hell all of a sudden. Oh, got its ass. Dig under the fungus for precious stones? Ooh, we gain terror for that. Blowing up next time. Got it. A palpitating mycological mess of fractured chitinous legs, frilled gills, and ruptured polyps. A growth of livid fungus has engulfed a small herd of Canton Kari. Now it is dying. The herd grumbles with one irritable, flattering voice. The fungal sheath is tough, fibrous. It must be dug out by the roots, which spread between the Canton Kari's segmented plates. Use a sharpened trowel for the lever. Gloved fingers. Beneath, a glitter of valuable stones. Pretty sure the Mechanicus wouldn't be that open about how their stuff works. No, but here's the thing. They have no reason to lie about it, because in their heads, their stuff only works because the Omnisire says it does. It's like they can tell anyone in the universe how their stuff works, because A, they have no idea how it works, and B, their fucking god is just gonna, like, make it only work for them anyway. I'm sorry. Highbreath's deserted? The colonist houses are dark, and there is no sign of a soul about. Huh. There we go. The smithy is empty, no smoke comes from the Brendan's chimneys. The fretwork on the town hall remains unfinished. A bee laced with curling fronds flies by. Its drone the only sound in Highbreath. Oh. That's bizarre. Oh, we can still buy some shit. Hog. Where is everyone? The Panicky Factor is alarmed. This is very disagreeable. I was expecting to find people here. Disappearing like this is extremely rude. You split up and make a quick circuit of the village. You discover tables laid out for dinner, cold tea still in fair Nancy's pot. Notes in large print, half written for the mayor's council. Meeting laid out on his desk. Abandoned bowls bob forlornly on the shallows of the marsh. You find the Panicky Factor near the station. Holds up a muddy tarot card, 10 of cats. How peculiar. Let's keep looking. Such a colony, surely there are some clues as to where the colonists have gone. The marshes are wild. Spores unswept. Laundry sits in piles in the washhouses. Several shirts abandoned in a mangle. The town hall has been set for a show. A broken mirror sits on the stage. You find an abandoned set of tarot cards before the gold-framed mirror. A playbill for a marzipan and hollow for wondrous wizards of glass has been discarded amidst a slough of pillows. The Panicky Factor makes a face. I hate to suggest it, but Polymere and Plenty's might be able to shed some light here. They have magicians. Right, report, everyone is gone aside from the station master. The Fungus, however, remains. Someone will surely be interested in what has occurred here. Find it funny how they all distrust each other? There will never be anything but Total War and Warhammer. Those games are nothing if not aptly named. Station Master professes ignorance. His manner has not improved in the absence of anyone else. There are new shades to the fungus, indigo, crimson, jet. Trees have taken on a new pallid hue. Spores cloud the air. Silence is almost restful. Wander Hybris. Colony is even quieter with everyone gone. You wade through the boggy marshes around Hybris, disturbed only by the occasional drone of a dying bee. Smoke still pours from the station master's chimney, but he's not inclined to leave his cottage. You stumble over a few discharged balls and a number of old footprints heading towards the fungal forest, but nothing more. Surely even the fungal meadow. The crew requires a little rest and relaxation. I follow you out into what passes for a meadow. Between livid mushrooms and oozing polyps, the silence of the place hangs heavily on you. Some of the crew attempt to break it with a ballad of the promised days. I'll join the crew in their song. Part of your job to keep morale up. Your voice is cut into the still meadow air, easing the tension. Even in a dark place like this, camaraderie offers warmth. You return to the train feeling considerably better. Scavenge for fuel supplies. Now it is deserted, you will no longer be able to purchase fuel or supplies at Hybris. Plan your journeys carefully. Santa settles your crew, but in musty lofts and dank attics, in coal scuttles and log stores and pantries, you find enough to burn, abandon magician's props, and to eat. With a little luck, secure a return journey. Okay, well, firstly, I don't need all of that. Good gravy. There we go. Hybris is dead. And I can hear another one of those mushroom things, I think, on the other. Ooh, Scribe Spinster. Scribe Spinsters are good. They're pre-Bronzewood for me. First all more left here, or left with mushroom sprouting in my beard, grumbles the vagabond. We'll just take the XP dump. Thank you, no thank you. There is another fungal thingy over here. I'd like to bombard it into not being over here anymore. Like I gotta follow my ear sometimes. Hello, Enduring Dreadnought. You know what, Dreadnought? I think you were right to attack the ones you did. Probably should have aided you in your quest, yeah. Well, you know, still can. Very difficult to thread that needle. Proud of me for that one. There we go. One down. Take the XP. Not fuck around on the side of our ship right now. You're gonna attack me instead of the fungal mess next to you. Hold me. That'd be your last mistake. What we get? A festive decanter. We have a roll of that stuff. Huh? Spitting stuff out like this, it means it must be close to dying. Yep, there you go. Next time we're going to keep shooting it until it's gone forever. This road remains, fair unsightly blemish upon the sky. Your guns thunder, again and again, until the conglomeration is pulverized. Your crew cheer, like spectators at fireworks. Okay. Good, cool. Everyone in Hybris is dead. Possibly. And some form of magic hath killed them. And to think I was just working with magicians. Tch. Disgraceful. Okay. Unsettled dreams. We will seek company. Conversation, tea, perhaps a biscuit. Those fundamental human things to help us forget numinous moments like this. On your way to the galley, you round up as many crew and officers as you can. Even on a midnight raid of a pantry. Brandy is drunk. Murgatroyd's fungal crackers are devoured in bulk. Huh. We're dealing with the terror situation just fine. Your internet haunts up. You can't just say it died, man. Say it died. Welcome back, I love you. I love you, Bean. I love you. You're best. You're gorgeous. I hope you enjoyed shooting some blam blam robot pew-pews. I feel like I'm not looking forward to anything else this year after Atomic Heart. Like, now that I beat that, like, what do I have to look forward to? Redfall? Starfield? Yeah. Keeper High Zaza? You have one thing to say? Oh my goodness. 6 followers from affiliate though, that is high. Good luck, Zimzam. Thanks. Not on National Asexual Day. Sets you on fire. I was surprised we had our own day. I mean, it makes sense, everyone else does. Man, we have the fucking shittest flag. It's just, like, one piece is purple and the rest is just varying shades of grey. Hey, Gaga, Goo Goo, that's me. And Baby. What if you turned the flag yellow? That would still be more color than we've got. If you pissed on the asexual flag, it would be more color than is already in it. Probably shouldn't piss on the asexual flag. What, Ginge, did you think you'd go one day without hearing about piss in this shit? You'll have to buy one? I've never seen it. All I'm saying is when it comes to, like, flying a flag, I think I would rather just have, like, the updated Pride flag. The modern Pride flag. We're just a death spectre in the skies. Any ship that sees us is dead. I don't think there's going to be a time I will ever run from battle. However, it's weaponry. Huh. I mean, okay. Did you know? Don't start speaking. Discontent. Drink brandy. I hate the rain. Stop raining. I'm sick of drying your dog. It is so dry here. What the fuck? Average British weather be like. See if we can't cure our terror here a little bit before we head back to New Winchester. No! Stop speaking American. This is an English stream. We speak English here. You'll kiss me? But, like, what if my riff stinks? Hey, listen to the stories. Hello, Reptar. The Inconceivable Circus, the greatest show. Let's go behind for tents. Ask the humiliated magician about Hybris, an abandoned magic show and a discarded playbill are all you have to go on. The humiliated magician sighs as he inspects your playbill. What pair of rogues? Be an insult to chicanery everywhere to call them charlatans. Shoulder sink. I would know. He stands and walks over to a cabinet in the far corner of his caravan. He opens a small drawer and produces a slim heart-shaped key. That was weird. There's a locked suitcase in my old house in Port Prosper. It had a red door near the station. If you could fetch that for me, I should be able to help you. That's all my old paraphernalia. You're being really not pugs to the Ethiopian people. I'm, like, fairly certain it's okay to insult the appearance of a language. We do it to the English language all the time. It's dog shit. Boop. Boop, boop. You're pregnant? Congratulations! Saw a video on YouTube earlier about weasels fought of Jazzy, like, because Jazzy's a little weasel. Doink. I'm always thinking about Jazzy. And the day that our swords finally clash. When we battle finally for the last time. Doink. You want to pet Jazzy's weasel? Huh? Huh? Oh fuck, you're not where you thought you were. Push forward, please. Woo. I do not have the fuel to fail this. Will your crew hold course and traverse this uncanny fold in the sky? Eventually your navigator utters a grateful oath. A landmark. You are found again. penis. No, not on asexual day. There will be no fucking. You have one of those, not for long. Off selection? Now we'll just study it again. Revision if that happens, baby. In a kiss sheeper. On asexual day. Just make sure that the kiss isn't sexy. Huh? What do you mean, huh? You on a kiss you will? I am when my breath stink this bad. You're gonna make a penis disappear joke, but that'd be too lewd. Then you've learned. Ding ding. Wait, what's that? Frontal alert, munitions, blech. Foul. Okay. Okay. We'll go up by Port Avon, then we'll go to Port Prosper again. Are you Russia? Because I'm going to request rifles for you to fight the Italians purely because we're both part of the Orthodox Church. I'm not Russia. No, I don't know how you made that distinction. That was silly of you. I've been thinking recently, because I've been having some melancholy, depressive thoughts. Don't worry about it. About, like, all of the people that I might have alienated from my content. And, like, why that might be. And I've come back to think about it. And, like, maybe it's because of the fanboy curse on the internet. Like, that thing that I talk about sometimes where it's like, if you're a fanboy on the internet, you are going to have problems with people not being able to keep their fucking dick in their pants. I noticed a lot of people started to leave when I tagged myself as asexual. When I, like, found myself, I'll say. And I noticed, like, even more people start to leave as I started to, like, set down the law. Like, I really started laying down the law in here, like, stop being fucking lewd. I'll actually kill you. I'll get you. Poured sludge into Ginger's lab coat? Like toxic slime? Like green slime from every kid's commercial toy? From like the early whenevers? To try and stop doing that silliness? No, I'm completely okay with what you do with this like silly little thing. But, like, I had people who like fucking came into my chat for a while and their entire thing was just like getting lewd with people, and it's just like I had to really set down that this is not a place for people to fuck. Like, if I wanted people to fuck, they can go, like, find fuck subs if they want. They can go, like, fuck wherever or whenever they want. They can just go and fuck. But my chat room on twitch.tv ain't a place for fucking. Again, I'm saying it's fine for you to do it, though, Jazzy, because, like, I know that you're obviously joking. But, like, some people just, like, fucking go into fanboy streams on Twitch because they want to jerk off. And it's, like, such a horrible fucking thing to, like, realize. It was really horrible when I, like, first realized the only reason that someone was talking to me was because I was a fanboy. And they just wanted to, like, fuck. Like, the second I established boundaries as, like, anything else, or, like, tried to get, like, real with them, or, like, close or whatever, they, like, banked off, and I just, like, came to a realization, oh, fuck. That's the only reason. party hard without him? Oh yeah, we party hard. You two knock pistols at dawn each other. We'll lose Marla and Ginger when they just fucking shoot each other. God dang it. Ooh, failure. Well, we gained a crew member, so it can't be that much of a fail. Doesn't give a good example to other people, shouldn't do it as much as they do. See, that's the thing that I have to, like, carbon control, that I had to learn, like, over the course of coming out as asexual. Is, that I have to be responsible of curbing those sorts of things when they come up, because people do escalate. Like, they'll go from, like, teasing jokes or just flirting with each other and then just being straight up lewd. And it's like, it's just the classic thing of thinking with your lower head. You came here and heard nothing but fuck? Fuck. It's not a command. Keep it in your fucking pants. But yeah, hello Mal, I hope you're doing well today. Nope. Yeah, I guess you're sort of right, Jazz. I didn't really think about it too much. Like, I try not to think about, like, these things too much, because I want to think that my chat is, like, better. Yeah, I'm looking at you in the eyes right now. I want to say that you are all better than to engage in, like, sexual behaviors. I have seen the contrary, where, like, really sane people that I know have just gone full lewd mode in my chat. So I don't know if I can trust that anymore. Which is kind of sad. My door keeps blowing open and closed. Purchase costume for Geese. The Oracle is a keen supporter of a local tailor, so is the Crown, it turns out. She is a tidy, mousy woman with a fiercely strong handshake. Do you all collect any outfits for the geese? I have the costume here. Nice little three-piece suit for the gentleman with the ballroomy gown. Oh, and a ballroomy gown for the lady. They're the most precious couple anyone ever saw. Oh my god, my door just fucking slammed hard. I jumped out of my skin there for a second. It's okay though, I collected some more. Like, I don't want to turn anyone away from, like, having a joke. But there is definitely a thing in Twitch chat, and I've noticed it with big streamers too. Like, I think a bunch of people were, like, spamming the trans flag in Germa's chat at one point. And, they were getting carried away on a bit, and, like, there were some people who were, like, genuinely getting upset of it, and, like, Germa, the chillest fucking, like, goofiest guy on Twitch, had to pause his stream and be like, I fucking accept trans people, and if you're uncomfortable with that, leave. Like, any level of streamer, I think, has to have these moments sometimes. Geese taste good, but you wish they had more meat on their bones? You've eaten geese? We're not allowed to do that here, they all belong to the queen. Oh, she's dead! We can eat geese! All your Reva Titans STLs are the wrong scale. What the fuck is an STL? Swans belong to the queen? Might be. Not geese. But the queen is still dead. We can eat swans too, right? Woolly McSwans? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that these two birds that are near identical, like blah blah blah. Blah, blah, blah. Was you gonna go now? Bye-bye. Okay, yes, I love you. You take care, okay? Mwah, mwah, mwah. I'm Commander Shepard, and Jazzy is my favorite streamer on Twitch.tv. Can I get a shout out for Zaza? I imagine everyone I know here is already, like, following that boy, but, like, he's precious to me. Duke, Zaz. Zazzy got demoted? like to listen to Jazzy's voice. He's got a calming voice. If Jazzy doesn't say you like jazz as a pickup line, you'll be disappointed. I remember going into one of Jazzy's streams at one point, and like he had jazz playing, and like he was just like singing along and like having the time of his life, and it was just adorable. I just want to give him a hug, if you'd let me. Yeah, Jazzy does like jazz. That's canon. Hey yo, they've got tech teas out this far now. Must mean that my war efforts are paying off. Grab these. Thank God my weapons and just walking away like a coward have pushback to them. Get out of here, you. Yeah, if you haven't checked out Jazzy, you should. Twitch.tv/Prince Jazzy. I want to do more stuff with him at some point. So I suggested doing some D&D. I think that could maybe be fun. Everything you see in CK2 is real. Is that canon? Is Balbo real? Is Balbo, son of Balbo, also real? Yoink. Balbo. Rate to hold. YOLO. Let's see what we get. Caged catch. That is unusual cargo. God, I wish I could hunt those engines more. Coffee was definitely a real empire, and the devs didn't make that shit up to fill out the map and give the region the empire to form. It was definitely a real place. You think you can handle Balbo? Balbo's the sort of guy who runs 1 charisma, but like 20 intelligence, and he's just like he's the least pleasant guy in the room to talk to. But like, actually no, he just has like 1 charisma. He's just like, every encounter with him is just like a fucking interrogation. Ooh, can't afford to buy all of those, huh? But can I? No. I'm gonna use that shit and turn a profit. What are you talking about? Explore Port Prosper. We must arrive to Port Report. You're not fuckable, wife. For anyone who's not in the know, it was one of the greatest of all the Sorry, I gained 7 savage secrets from just talking to the servants. A disgruntled parlour maid has been press-ganged into serving an apes. She's the favourite of several notables in attendance, and sufficiently irritated to disclose a very great deal indeed. One particularly boastful functionary has been sent to Port Prosper to remove him from doing any more damage, rather than the promotion he believes it to be. He just has smiled before turning to the throng. Yeah, Balbo had like 20 strength, 0 charisma. You and Joshy then proceeded to seduce your wife in secret for the meme. And you guess also Tay screaming the Balbo voice. Joshy fucking executed me for fucking his wife. Why would he do that? Find Humiliated Magician's house. It has a red door. It's near the station. Happily, he's given you the key. Props and spirit cabinets line the musty hallways. Faded posters depict the magician's noble countenance as he prepares to embark on another daring adventure into the occult. Not but faint of heart, the panicky factor finds much to roll her eye at. Found a battered suitcase under a large, heavy cat. It yowls sleepily. Cat could belong to the magician, or could have just crept in there for a nap. A garnet-studded collar reads, Monsieur Francois, and looks up at you expectantly. I'll take the cat. Humiliated magician might wish to see it again. Monsieur Francois might like an adventure. The panicky factor gives you a look of abject disbelief when you ask her to find a suitable box to carry the cat in. Monsieur Francois proves a very amiable traveller, however, and pass all the way back to your locomotive. Your cook is less than thrilled at having enough mouth to feed. I got a cat. I need to throw away some trash, so I'll get rid of those. Oh, I kept this weapon? Cringe. Just drop it. One more supplies. Perfect. Gonna have a little swoop down to Meglin, secure this tower before it gets out of hand, which it no doubt will on the way. Without fail, every fucking time. I'm not mad. Balor gets challenged to a single combat, and when the duel begins, he just picks up his opponent and goes, no. Too weak. CK3 was a real warning sign of what was to come from Paradox, huh? Like, it was a real, this game released feeling okay, but then it kind of, like, wasn't okay, and now it's kind of shit, huh? And now they're adding more DLC to it, it's kind of shit, huh? Are we in space? There's no easy answer to that question. CK3 was better than Imperator. If you're using Imperator to gauge, like, how good Paradox products are, then yeah. But, like, aside from that, if you use anything else as a baseline, you realize that, like, most of the Paradox products are not great. Oh, I'll just leave. Hoi 5 when? When they can't make any more money off of Hoi 4. Love, dear sheeper. Perchance to lay my love upon le adorable L of le barrets of bandits. J'adore le L. Le beautiful L. Come on in, L, if you're having a good day. If not, I hope the stream makes it better. Cool. I'm Game Crow. YOLO. And who's Tara? Why are you speaking Norman tongue? I'm Norman. What can I say? Don't get me started on Empire of Sin. Like, Paradox as a company just, like, pumps out a base game that's like a skeleton of the bare minimum. Any good developer, right, would have released Stellaris in the state that it currently is as the base game, and then added fun DLC on top of it. Any good developer would have made, like, Hearts of Iron 4 in the state that it currently is in as the game that they release, and then added onto that. Paradox doesn't do that. They add a skeleton, see Victoria 3, of the game, which functions for what it's supposed to do. and has no other substance under the surface. What if we made an XCOM 2 clone but made it about prohibition and also bad? What if we made a Sheeper clone? Then I could have a fucking rest. I'm not that hard done by. Like, I will endlessly shit on Paradox for that poor decision making. Name a good recent, like, Paradox game. I will accept Surviving the Abyss because I haven't heard anything shit about it. I played it briefly, it seems like it's doing its job. But again, it feels like the skeleton of a game which is early access, which is gonna have a bunch of fucking DLC pumped onto it because that's the Paradox way, baby. Gotta make money off the consumers. Is Skrunkle you're talking about Skrunkle? Skrunkle doesn't give me a break, Skrunkle gives me nightmares. I'm so jaded. That's all of it. I'm jaded. I'm jaded and I'm mad. Hi T! How you doing? At least it isn't Diablo Immortal. I can't think of a worse gaming example to point at from a pre-established property. Also, from a famous property, from a renowned property. I can't think of a worse example of how to fuck up a game than Diablo Immortal. Like, they didn't just fuck up, they ruined that game. Dawn of War 3, never heard of it. I'll take your word that it's terrible, though. See me, I'm a simple guy, right? No, I'm gonna present myself like a fucking mafia boss real quick. You see me, I'm a simple guy. Okay? What you might call a simple guy. I enjoy a nice little game. I don't expect to pay for all this DLC. I don't expect to dump a million gazillion bucks because, like, the game developers never finished it. You make a product, you put it in front of me, and I'll play it, and if it's a good product, I'll accept it. But if you start releasing DLC, which has essential shit behind it, which improves the gameplay tremendously, you're a fucking piece of shit. Was not good. All Command and Conquer free? Dawn of War 3 was such a fuck you. Microtransactions totaling 43k or something like that. Oh, no, yeah, you're right. That's how much it takes to win in Diablo Immortal, apparently. Is this an out-of-season April Fool's joke? It's just the most classic fucking thing. Like, did they cheer for that guy? Hang on a sec, did they cheer for him? I want to find this out right now. Just an out-of-season April Fool's joke. Because I would be cheering and clapping for this guy. Hold up. We not have the... Oh Christ, we don't. Like... Studio mode. I'm done with OBS one sec. There we go. Alrighty, baby. Alrighty. I want to see if they cheered for him. That's why I'm here right now. I want to see the exact moment that he drops this. Because he's spitting.
Hey, just was wondering, is this an out-of-season April Fool's joke?
They cheer. They're fucking elated at this guy.
No, it's a fully fledged Diablo experience.
And then they're like, no. Like, How do you deal with a reaction like that? I think you just hunker down and, like, suffer, honestly. I think that's anything you can do. It's the same people who, when the crowd got outraged, said, "Okay, children, calm down." I think they said something like that, or at least to that effect. Oh yeah, what, you guys don't have phones? Like, no, it's not that we don't have phones, it's that your game doesn't belong on a phone. Like, you've been PC developers for so long, what is this if not a cash grab? Yoink. Also, no, I don't own a phone. Like, what then, fucker? You just missed out on my profit. Should have put that on the fucking Belnet launcher, shouldn't you, dickhead? It shouldn't be hard to make something that's coded for phone available for PC. We have phones, but we also have fucking powerful machines that we would rather have your games on. Yeah, like, the only people going to a gaming convention aren't the people who are going to say that, like, damn, you're right, I do have a phone. Why did I think of that? You know, I have a phone. I could just play the game on my phone. You know, this is revolutionary concepts right here. Now with this, like, new device, this two-chase screen-aid device, I can, what do I do again? Oh yes, I can play this game. Oh, I'd never thought of that. Yeah, when you invest $6,000 into a PC, you'd rather play games on it. I like, most of the people going to a gaming convention are gamers. They are people who would have made that investment. Goes to gaming convention, yo, do you think they're gonna announce Candy Crush 4? Let's affect the balance of power. See what's up. They are prospering once more. The Windward Company loathes us. We are beloved. Okay. I think I gotta get them to like 100. Is there anything else we can do? We can have chat. No, same dialogue as before. Want to hear reports of your travels. Zoom. You have no quarrel with phone games? Just don't make that your flagship AAA company when doing a presentation. Yeah, they go on stage and they announce Diablo Immortal, and like the crowd is screaming and cheering, and then like for the mobile phone. I can take that Brunswick to Port Avon right now. Munitions for the Lustrum mines. Can't do that right now. How many consignments? 5. Okay. 1. Clunk. That secondhand embarrassment you feel watching that fucking clip. And like seeing that the game presenters had to salvage this. Don't forget they did that shit with Command and Conquer too, Ginger. See, it's the problem is when like... It's the problem when it's an IP that you don't. Like, I can see people just adoring Diablo. Like, ready on their like computers, like, oh, I'm ready to play the next Diablo whenever it comes out, and like, then it comes out, and it's not good. Apparently the new Diablo game's gonna be great. That's what I hear. But that fucking phone one... Jesus. Why would you take the risk? You know, it's like when Apple removed the headphones jack. Like, yes, I support Bluetooth technology, but why would you do that? And then they said, like, it's brave. It was a brave direction. Like, no, there's nothing brave about, like, a bunch of businessmen in suits in a room going, so we removed the headphone jack and we save 14% on the construction profits. Last good Command and Conquer was Red Alert Freeze. That his face. Is that where that one comes from? the last place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism. Space! It sounded great in my head, but I know when my voice comes out it won't. Speaking of, I've been thinking about getting into voice training. Would you guys hate me if I had a more uwu voice? Would you guys despise that? I just feel like as a little guy I could do a little more of an uwu voice. Be insufferable to some people, but other people would enjoy it. You'd love me always? Aww, chump. What did I come here for? Oh, I came here to sell at a bazaar. Oh my god, only 6,000 more to go and we can get the Ultra Engine! Took. Cheaper is cheaper. Proof? You have rot mouth? You need to eat something? What the fuck is rot mouth and are you okay? Conducted nocturnal excavation. Hit. I'm no longer welcome here, but it was profitable. I feel like if you bit someone, you'd poison them like a Komodo dragon. Ooh. I'm someone. Voice training is freaking hard. I imagine it is, because you grow comfortable with your voice. But like, when I'm in a medium where I need to be like talking constantly into like a fucking microphone anyway, like right now, I might as well learn to do it good. Like, maybe I can take myself on the job doing it. Like the voice I'm doing right now isn't my default voice. Like, I take it down an octave when I'm like relaxed. Now I'm down here now. But like, I put on a bit of it. Ooh, you know, I go up an octave because that's just where I feel like it is best for Woolham. I have a voice trainer. It's called Dungeons and Dragons. Not bad, Ginger. I'm playing into my D&D love. Having to unpick 30 years of talking to increase your pitch to be more feminine is tough. It is tough. But ultimately, I think at the end of the day, it's going to be worth it for me. If I can, like, get my voice into a good place, where, like, slipping in and out of, like, different voices and accents is, like, pretty easy for me, I should be, like, pretty happy. That way I can choose. Okay. Wait, I never tanked this area down by Youngsford? Wow, I'm whack. Ow. Become Elmo? No. I tell you, a really easy voice that you can, like most people that I know can do a Kermit impersonation. And become Balbo. Balbo not hard. Simply become posh caveman. Balbo fuck your mother. You have to train yourself to not sound good. And now you change that to be more welcoming, warm voice instead of rougher. You do have a welcoming, warm voice. It's lovely and calm. You can slip into accents pretty simply, but you have an inbuilt filter that stops you since you don't know how people react to accents now. I have an inbuilt problem when it comes to accents. If I do an accent too long, I accidentally end up slipping into an Indian accent, and then I need to fucking stop myself at once. I need to at once tell myself to fucking stop. Sheepy, you don't go any further here. I have to, like, just tell my brain, like, stop, we've pushed the accent too far. I'm like, I don't know why my voice reverts there of all places. Not like that's where I'm trying to go. Well, take a facet. We're at level 10. You can do Irish, Indian, very shitty Afrikaan, but let's face it, my English person doing those is not going to go down well. See, that's why I have to stop myself. I'm like, I'm gonna get fucking laughed at. A mentor. For a time you enjoyed the favor and protection of a mentor, someone who saw your potential and decided to nurture it. Sure. He took you under their wing, a blind bruiser. His attempts to distance himself from his arsonist past were a mix of success. His guests were scarred and rough-spoken, and told bloody tales of smuggling and thief-oaths and nameless murders. Oh. How many nameplates does this make it? 56! Oh, what a payday I'm missing out on! Generic Slavic accents are fun to do. They're not terribly hard to slip into, though. You love accents, they're fascinating? It's true. I remember, like, an oddly controversial figure. And it's no place of mine to, like, comment one way or another. I just found it interesting. I think it's... I don't remember if it's Bruce Willis's son? Some famous celebrity has a son. And, like, he's based his persona around, like, Jamaica, I think it is. Like, the Jamaican accent, Jamaican, like, mannerisms and stuff. And, he gets a lot of shit for it. From people. But, like, apparently, according to his own words, like, it's, like, super accepted by the people who, like, welcome him in and stuff. Like, he learned it from the culture and learned to speak from, like, talking to people of the culture. You know? Like, he spoke to Jamaicans, apparently. I was watching an interview from him, and he was like, yeah, like, I don't get why people are so angry at me. Like, most people are chill about it. And it's like, it's interesting. Okay. Right, port. All got the same equipment in our necks. The number of different sounds we can make is amazing. Yeah, it is. I'd be going, woo! Oh, yeah. Drop behind the tents. You'll live in the country, you will pick up the accent over time. That's true. Jamaica is a welcoming culture from what I've seen. It's what I've heard too. I thought they're real welcoming. I'm not about to like go up to like fucking Jamaican people and bust out like my best impersonation of an accent in front of them though. I'm not that silly. Like if I was ever to practice an accent belonging to another culture, like I'm definitely not doing it in front of them. Unless they're like you're like France. I don't see there's anything wrong with me doing a French accent. I've probably got like distant ancestry from France. It's not race, just human nature to try and sound like the group. Yeah, like babies take on accents when they goo goo gaga. It's a fact. People want to hear what they always hear if they live in the area. It's why workplaces want everyone to sound uniform. I haven't really experienced any of that because I've never worked. You'll do it consciously eventually. Do you sound like a stereotypical brownie? I don't know, do I sound like a stereotypical Yorkshire boy? I've always been told that my voice is like outside of a mold here. I think it's because I spend most of my time playing video games and ignoring people. We'll deliver the clown his costumes. Perhaps now his geese will be willing to perform. The pensive clown opens the crate of specially made costumes, and says the twinkling stones as a wishful child might star. In time he nods and reaches arm deep into his novelty pockets to find your reward. He searches your face for a smile when he reaches too far and topples over. As an American, you sound British. See, I don't really know what a British sounds like, though, because there's like 17 dialects in this country, though. Speaking Jamaican Patel, with an accent, and others who speak it monotone. Oh. There's a Yankee, you sound like a lobster back. That's so mean. Don't call me that. Don't call me that. Much of Francois has been all things considered, very well behaved as passengers go. The humiliated magician's eyes widen as he sees Monsieur Francois. He takes account with trembling hands, who pause briefly before jumping to investigate the caravan's cupboards. I never expected I'd see him again, the magician says. Didn't have space for him when I left, thank you. Oh. He turns his attention to a suitcase. Inside are faded posters, playbills, and photographs. This is Marzipan. This is Marzipan and me. The magician holds up a photograph of two gentlemen in coats and tails. We were apprenticed under Monsieur Pete. This is before Hallow arrived, and he shakes his head. At last he unearths a small vial of amber liquid. We'll take it. The humiliated magician holds it out to you. The glass is crystal, of a colour deep and resinous. It catches the candlelight. Gleams golden in your hands. Christmas honey, says the humiliated magician. The last batch from old London. Marzipan and I used to dream together. It's before Hallow, of course. A confounded glass. He sighs. No, I've wasted enough breath on that one. Take a few sips of this next time you're on Hybris. Find somewhere comfortable to sleep. You'll see your colonists again. You walk 20 minutes down the road and there's no accent and likely different dialect with different sounds involved. Yeah, all over England. So you got to the pub. Got to go to the pub, innit? It's everyone, isn't it? A moment's memory. Palmier and Plenty's inconceivable circus is pulling in crowds. Passenger locomotives shuttle guests in. Merchant traders and even the odd high-ranking taxi captain find excuses to dock at Gervais' rest. Ringmaster is run off his feet. The rejuvenated circus is heaving with visitors. Looming over it all is the vast obelisk. Its shadow falls over the crowds. Its sigils are burning brighter than you remember. We'll approach the obelisk. The sigils smoulder with invitingly. You can touch it if you like. The circus has vanished. The island on which it stood are empty. Empty aside from the vast tree of fungus stretching up into the heavens. Its high face stretched from island to island, weaving them together. A verdant. Looming above its luminous crustacean the size of a palace. A messenger. Its carapace is emblazoned with the sign of two overlapping suns. Its pincers flex slowly, thoughtfully. Sigils burn in the air between the two, exchanged like volleys in a tennis match. Gradually the flurry of correspondences diminishes. A compact has been reached. The messenger drives the obelisk into the ground, a marker of their concord. The obelisk is marked with the words of the emissaries, of meetings of peace. One close to the point ignites the searing light. A commingling of the radiances. The obelisk remembers the promise. Something has to. Okay. British tomorrow sounds like the proper speech while enhance usage of D's and high notes in the middle of sentences. Is that me? Breakdancing of bottom text that says shut the hell up, Confederate. I fucking hate the Confederates. Fuck you, Confederates. Good job losing, assholes. Nice history of being losers. Guys, it's always morally correct to clown on the fucking Confederate army. Let's collect our free tickets. Judge hands you over your free tickets with no apparent enthusiasm. Let's attend a performance. What wonders are waiting this evening? Big Top is filled. The audience chats in anticipation. When the lights dim, the ringmaster is drawn into the center ring on his horse-drawn calliope, singing the night's delights. The applause is rapturous. Then come the act. The magician appears suddenly from a puff of smoke, dazzling the crowd with his many amazing devices. The acrobatic twins swing from the trapeze, figures of perfect symmetry as they go back and forth. Hence a clown is heralded by his comedic geese, Cuddles and Ruffles, who march in their finery before him. They honk as he juggles, and the audience collapses into laughter. A strong woman asks the crowd if they've brought anything for her to lift. They cheer as a group of 10 attendees struggle to wheel out a wagon full of crates of barrels. Not only does she lift them all in turn, she overturns the wagon single-handedly in the end to rapturous applause. That's nice. We fixed it. Southern pride in being fucking losers. Nice flag that didn't exist for more than 4 years, was it? It's always morally correct. Standards have improved since you last visited. You and your crew spend several hours enjoying the offerings of a newly revitalized circus. Strong women salute you, effortlessly supporting a heavy bar with the other hand. The urchin at the drink stall gives you a drink with probably no spit in it at all. By the time your ticket expires, your crew is considerably more relaxed. A flag that you changed every 5 seconds. God, it's just so fun to clown on the Confederacy. They have nothing. They lose. Good day, sir. We down south in the land of traitors, rattlesnakes and alligators. Get fucked. I know it may seem mean, but they were fighting on the side of slavery. And the war was about nothing else. I won't hear of it. Wasn't it actually about states' rights? No. They wanted to keep slaves. That's it. I'm continuously all for a second one. Like, feel free. Let the South rise again. We'll see them lose a second time. It'll be hilarious. It is always morally correct to clown on the South. Now, if you needed British sheep to clown the Confederates to make your day, I want to sit, like, on call with Ginger for 10 hours one day, going through, like, all of the content that just, like, clowns on the South. Like, there's that one YouTube channel that, like, has thoroughly good, like, debunkings of, like, all of the fucking Southern apologists' arguments and shit. I want to just sit there with Ginger with, like, stupid little fucking unionist hats on. Like, these fucking losers. It was the states' rights they were fighting for, the right to keep slaves. Yeah. No, we're not racist. Stop it. Like, wasn't one of the fucking Confederate general leaders literally a part of the Klan? Like, shut up. You're racist. You're assholes. That's not a tactic. Kinda interested. Could we get in? 54% chance repair your locomotive. Delve deeper into the body. I'm not risking that. Are you kidding me? I relish every opportunity to clown on them. Because they're the easiest bullied, like, losers in history after the Nazis. Like, imagine, like, you see the sides of, like, the professional army that represented the North, who wanted to, like, put an end to the war and, like, free slavery, free slaves, and end slavery, and you choose the other guys. Let's head on in. Ooh, a captivating treasure from inside of guests' wreckage. The guests occupied the wreck as comprehensively as a snail does its shell. The crew have long since been ground to paste. But what is this? Preserved beneath the floor of the captain's cabin. A safe. You drag it free, scrub the worst of the guest ooze, and carry it back to your engine. Something fun's excitingly inside. As professional with big glowing air quotes, by the way. Yeah, that's another thing is, like, they try and, like, claim That it wasn't a fair fight, the North were way better and bigger, and like, no, the armies were actually equal. Shockingly. I actually managed to muster a, like, workable army in the South. They were both shit, but they were both equally shit. Like, it was a level playing field. And they still lost, because they're fucking history's biggest losers. I can't help myself, I just love laughing at them. Union was more shit? Like, the Confederates actually had better generals? I mean, army. Sorry, I read a video that, like, debunked that myth. And also, like, Britain at the time gave the fucking South boats. I don't think there was much of a naval war, though. The Union took its time to get its shit together. Was the South more of a, charge at the enemy lines immediately at once, let's win this war, baby, hoorah type then? Whereas North was more, like, strategically, like, planned out, like, holy fuck, can we, like, try, guys? Britain wanted cheap con. Yeah, we Britain was never good guys. Friendly reminder, Britain never good guys. Make a parody vid today on the biggest loser, the Confederates. They lost so many pounds of manpower because they suck. You can choose endless mediums to clown on the Confederacy. And it will always be funny to me. So I've put all their eggs in one basket with Robert E. Lee and Stonewall Jackson. It's kind of funny that I have my fucking rights to thank for Stonewall. Of a different kind. Every time I hear of Stonewall Jackson, all I can think is like, huh. You'll never be able to buy from Hybris again. Literal merchant right now. Stories, Hybris. She'll leave in the fungal meadow. Join the crew in their song. Lower our terror. To be fair, Lee was damn good. I bet you can find some shit on him, though. I will write a port report. And we shall now take the prisoner's honey. This was the humiliating magician's advice. You locate a comfortable armchair in the Brendan and pour yourself a small measure of honey into a little teacup, after you've cleaned it of the mushrooms. The panicky factor has refused to partake. I'll keep watch, besides, don't know where it's been. You dream of revel in a forest, a real forest with trees and vines. Young men and women run through the trees, laughing and dancing, while serpents look on from the branches. A large woman serves you tea. A straight-backed, officious lady invites you to play cricket. She's a mean batsman. We do not speak of former times. Their voices ring in your ears as you wake. Huh. Well, we found colonists, I guess. They're, in our dreams. The panicky factor looks up from her tea when you wake. Didn't let it steep long enough, she sighs. Is the magician right? Her eyes widen as you begin your explanation. She sits in silence for a long while. When you finish. So the colonists made a bargain with the serpents behind the glass. Can't help but wonder if we're... She shakes her head. London looks after its servants. Should you need assistance in the future, I'll put in a word. She intends to remain on Hybris for a little longer, yet she will not be departing with you. I wander Hybris, why not? There's nothing else to do here anymore. So they made a weird deal with snakes, huh? I want to go down to Lustrum. I haven't been in a hot minute. We buy fuel and... yeah. It's not hard to power. He became increasingly predictable, though. On the other side, Grant was willing to say, screw you, I have more people than you got bullets. That's how I fight wars. I'm not a good general, but I get the job done. Lee's skills were pretty general. That John wanted to burn the South to the ground. I heard that he did blaze a fucking trail down south. Like, famously. Famously, he was the fucking nightmare. Not hard to outsmart an opposing general. What did I just say? It's not hard to outsmart an opposing general. When they got in that position just for being a member of Congress and have no actual martial education. I'd imagine. That's how Sheeper gets into positions of power. Give me that barrel. Fight alongside me, Tank T. Oh, wow. Oh, baby. Ooh, trap and collect some of the guests. Don't mind if I do. Crew finds out you bring these on board. They won't be happy. Where one guest goes, others follow. The proliferation of guests has bulged and contorted the engines in the walls. Furniture has been crushed to splinters. Any crew? Well, best tread carefully. You find a newly hatched nest of guests, tiny enough that it might be taken for maggots. With tongues, you transfer the wriggling things to a gem jar. Could be hidden in your cabin. The cook won't notice it's gone. With 25, we make a weapon. It's about what you think it is. We just shoot gas out of the front of the ship. Easy cargo. Russia, when they sent attaches to spectate the war, found both sides to be militarily inept. Russia would know. They spend all their time fucking fighting. Take out a supply. Russia was hatched from a cannonball, they'd know. Russia one of them cool-looking nations. When you read history books, they're like, huh, never heard of it, cool. There we go. And we're interacting with the giant orb over there. Right, off to Lustrum we go. I have some license plates to sell. Like most of them. If I go by New Winchester and Lustrum, I'd like to push up towards there. Because I remember there was a collection of caretakers? They're bank creatures. Period, no. We make our little journey. All British like, innit? Oh, Sentai ended stream. Wait. Also Ginger ended stream, so I can close that tab too. Yeah, I always like hearing about, like, how fucking inept the South were. And how they continue to be history's biggest losers. You like the chugga chugga noise? I love it too. It makes a happiness. Russia is an example of what happens when a country gets three S-rank kings in a row. They should have just made one of them immortal and then merged them together. Don't know why they didn't make that decision. Kind of weird if you ask me. Hi. Vanzessen Waste. I can't think of any other, like, historically big losers. I would say maybe, like, the Japanese Imperials. Because, like, I still hear about people in, like, Japan who, like, simp for, like, that age, and they're like, no, I never did anything wrong, see? And it's like, yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Just fess up. Then again, I'd be mad too if my country got occupied by America for a while and was basically a puppet of them. What do you mean no one remembers the losers? The South keep whining, Ace. That was the point before you got in here. Also, hi, Ace. Russia needs enough in the next update. Russia doesn't exist, man. It's gone. They evolved like a Pokemon. North was a bit heavy-handed. I mean, it became Germany. So arguably, I think they're doing probably better. Yeah, we'll take the lower path, because I'll probably encounter more shit along it. How close are we to? Ooh, only 5,500 more to go, and then we've got the best engine in the game. Well, not the best engine, but the best locomotive. When you hear that baby roar, you're gonna be like, fucking hell. Oh. Oh. Got a better than this one. This one's a bit wheezy. Well, let me tell you, the next one. Chef's kiss. What if we kissed on the locomotive? I'd push you out of the airlock just to see what happened. Japanese Imperials kicked Russia's ass for the first time. Japan was, like, whack. Like, they didn't have a lot going for them, and then they just, like, super fucking industrialized hard and fast, and then, like, they became a fucking force to be reckoned with. Trading would be so cool. I want to go on, like, one of those, like, European train voyages, where I, like, go from, like, mountaintops to, like, famous cities, and I just, like, sit there in my car, in my, like, not caravan, my, like, cabin, and I'm just like, sippies. Back to bounce of power again. Okay. During the Russian Revolution, Japan tried to forcibly annex Siberia in the ensuing chaos. It was invited to the coalition force to kill Vladivostok. Interesting. You missed the days you were sweet. You ended those days. And now I'm going to bully you. Bronzewood, nectar, nope. Not of these meager supplies. We're going to get to a point where we can just hoard, by the way. Okay. Desperate for help, and Bryn looked at Russia and said, bet, fuck those guys. A pretty British position to take. Oi, fuck them, innit? Okay, down to Lustrum Way. To see the greatest mountain in the heavens. Welcome in, Ace. I hope you're having a good morning. Is it even morning where you are anymore? Yeah, it probably is. Japan was asked to provide 10,000 men to assist in securing the trade port, and Japan showed up with 70,000. And after taking Vladivostok, just kept going. Britain and the United States were like, wait, what? We were just taking this bit. And then Japan ghosted them. Japan didn't fuck around. Ooh, we failed. 10:30, so still morning, I guess. You slept in a bit. Understandable. I haven't made you busy recently. I haven't forced you into the basement to work on any VTuber models. Oh. There we go. Your days are dreary without Live 2D, just keep re-rigging your own model over and over again until the sun dies. And later pulled out the pressure of the world governments and the unrest of Siberian who were victims of Redacted. Yeah, that was another thing. Do you guys remember fucking Shotgun Guy? The guy who blasted like a former PM from Japan? Like, apparently people have been, like, supporting his actions. Because the guy that he blasted was, like, a scummy politician. So, like, people have just gone, like, oh, well, you're chill then. Like, apparently, like, this politician that this guy blasted, and this is from what I'm hearing, so it might not be true. In case anyone doesn't know, a guy assassinated a former, either MP or literally the Prime Minister of Japan with, like, a jury-rigged shotgun. And this was due to, I believe, this guy making a bunch of deals with, like, some bad fucking people, which basically forced the assassin's family into debt. And so this assassin was like... Also, like, the debt basically, like, forced their family to, like, end their own lives. So this assassin saw that and he was like, well, I got nothing else on. So, like, he jury-rigs a shotgun and, like, assassinates this guy. And, like, it gets to the stage where I think the current government in Japan is like, yeah, this guy fucking sucked. Let's put a bunch of the laws through that the assassin was talking about. Shinzo Abe. That's the one. He got fucking blasted by a jury-rigged shotgun. The assassin got taken in. People have still been, like, supporting the assassin, I believe. Like, on social media, they're like, what do you do wrong, though? You gotta think, the guy must have been a fucking asshole if he died like that. Like, his rules are getting, like, fucking taken out of, like, code. People, like, coming out in mass to say that the guy did nothing wrong. Like, you gotta be some unlovable motherfucker. You gotta be a fucking prick. If people hate you that much after you're gone, that they're like, yeah, the guy who killed him did nothing wrong. You did nothing wrong? Did you kill him? Such a you thing. Turns out there are a lot of politicians that shit. Yeah. That's why I don't put any faith in politics whatsoever. I will simply provide an angry voice in the culture, and nothing more. Yoink. Cheery would absolutely not revolt. I hate to say this about my own people, but we're fucking lazy when it comes to dealing with shit. Like, we have just rolled over and let so much shit happen to us, it's just unfathomable. Because it feels like what other option do we have, but, like, the people in London aren't fucking rioting. I'm not exactly wealthy enough to go down there and attend the fucking parade. Hello, Schmel. I love you, Schmel. Would if you wouldn't have to go outside. You see, that's the thing. It's like, all this politics is a tad bit inconvenient, innit? No one wants to protest / riot. I think the problem is how they've, like, set up, like, the fucking population density. We can't really organize and, like, mass protest. Like, the best we had was the London riots. Like, ages ago, where people in London were actually so fed up that they did riot. And, second best is when a bunch of, like, protesters knocked over a fucking statue of a racist slave owner in Liverpool and got it fucking removed. Like, I want to protest and riot. Like, point me in a direction. Do we have any protest? Not riot. I'm not allowed to say that. But, like, if there's any protests going on nearby, point me in a direction. I'll go and attend. See, I'm in a position as a creator where I can't encourage violence. Not that, of course, I would. But I am also of the belief that, like, protests aren't gonna do anything. Riots are. Because the government isn't gonna listen to you stood outside with signs going, hey, here's the, problem. If they're already this disconnected, they've let the problem happen. They are gonna start looking at numbers going down, though. They're gonna start seeing that their money's dropping. And they're gonna go, huh, could that be because people keep breaking everything? The answer is yes, that's because people keep breaking everything. And then they sort of have to listen. You want to strangle in Fortnite? The libs will, like, make sure your protests are peaceful and don't disturb anyone. Listen to the cops and get permits. Listen to the cops and get permits? Why are cops gonna let you protest? Shinzo Abe was a imperial apologist. That's why I was talking about him, yeah. He died for a reason. Is that Cherry only? Yeah, that was Cherry only. We blew up Cherry. I blew up Cherry! You can breach the ice with our mining equipment. Pourquoi? Your engine's set to the task with relish. Huge shards shatter across the frozen surface as the drill screams and chews apart the ice. With scan towers, your rig has broken open a large chasm in the ice. Shafts of distant light set the ice deep and unearthly blue. You fetch a rope and begin your descent. The descent is precarious. Flakes of ice trickle down the sides of the shaft, disturbed by your movement through the passage. You climb down, chest pressed against the packed ice. Periodically, you send up a flare to remind your waiting crew that you're still alive, and then you can descend no further. You have reached the great grey shell of a silent saint. Look at the saint's eye. One is very close. The great lid closed as though sewn shut. The eye was once one of many. Empty sockets gape along the shell, each the size of a well. You press your face to the filmy surface. The pupil, the colour of a peacock's tail. Inside you see an image, a choir of many voices. A flower meant to grow large and perfect, debasing itself with stolen nectar. A horde of chorister bees approaches, maddened and entranced. A flower that seeks to become a hive. Amalgamy. The seventh letter, the saint begins its tearing work. You see no more. The eye is dull. Time to be away. Well, lest I not go down there again. So American Chad tried using the Shinzo Abe as an example against common sense gun control. Huh? Are you an apologist if you straight up denied that the Nanjing massacre happened? Yeah. I think that is what that is. I think you're a slimy cunt if you don't. Like, if the historical documentation says, by the way, we massacred a bunch of people, comma, lol. Yeah, I think you're a smarmy, kind of slimy cunt. That is cheery, eyes everywhere. None of them focusing on Nino. Sad. They were like, see liberals, gun control won't stop gun crimes, because people can just build guns. Meanwhile, Japan had like 3 gun deaths a year. Failed, but we got money. But yeah, I totally get what you're saying. Like, I'm not personally a proponent for, like, gun control in America. I think, like, if you gotta stay, like... I don't know what I am, because I haven't looked into it good enough for a start. But secondarily, I wouldn't want to, like, relinquish my weapon with all of the dangerous lunatics in my country. Like, all of the dangerous fucking lunatics that want me dead for just existing, I wouldn't want to give up a gun. But I also wouldn't want any fucker to just, like, buy an assault rifle. And you get, like, that one asshole who's like, actually, it's not an assault rifle, it was a level. Like, it doesn't matter. Big gun. Go boom. And then... Okay. Well, you can see you don't want him to stop having guns, you just want him to be background checked. That's a good one. Get background checks on people. I know your child nameplates for sovereigns. I only had 5? Ugh. The assault rifle argument is bad. Oh, man. There's a massive difference between the NRA narrative of they're going to take your guns and the actual gun reform, which is about access. Yeah, like, no one wants to come, like, take your guns away. Because, like, they understand how dangerous America is, because it's full of, like, lunatics with guns. Like, you can't just take them all away. You'll get, like, crazy amounts of deaths. Like, you gotta at least check that someone's, like, mentally sound enough to, like, own one. Like, is this person, like, a raging asshole? Maybe they shouldn't be having one. Has this person ever been arrested before? I don't want to be that guy, but, like, you know... Maybe if someone has, like, a history of, like, assaulting people, they shouldn't own a gun. Something more than what there is a takeaway here. But, like, I would not deprive you of your right to defend yourself when, like, the establishment itself seems completely fucked up to want to kill you. Like, when the establishment wants you dead, like, you should defend yourself. I think that was one of, like, the Marx things as well. He was like, I commend the fact that Americans have guns, because now they can defend themselves against the bourgeoisie. It's a word that I can't spell, but I can pronounce silly. It means it's French. memorial fucking right now? I'll deliver a eulogy. Ow. Don't want to take your guns, it's gonna be like the Black Panthers. I know what that is. I don't know the context behind them. I know the Pink Panthers were a New York City-based gay organization of, like, militia. Who, like, during a time of, like, great hate were just, like, out there basically, like, protecting the streets and, like, beating the shit out of, like, homophobes. Which I call based. Like, maybe don't be homophobic. I think the best thing you heard was, they can't change the Constitution. It says we can have guns. Forgetting that these were things called amendments. As well as that, the guns in the Constitution will, like, fucking take 7 years to reload. Guns back then were not the guns of today. This was culture back then where people still thought, if you're wielding a gun, then I shall come at you with a sword. And, like, that would be a normal thing to do. I think most people has been dealt with or almost crushed up 40 to 50 years ago. Don't forget, the army can't sleep in my house. I always put my arms underneath my pillow until they go numb when I'm laying my head on it, so my armies can sleep in my house. The Black Panthers were a Black Panther group that was formed to counter KKK/racist groups, based, as well as to support Black majority communities, including poor whites in their area. Known for being armed openly. They were forcefully disarmed by Reagan. Fuck you, Reagan. So this group just sprung up using their rights as provided to be like, hey, we're going to basically defend people against the raging racism that you haven't dealt with. And Reagan was like, I'm white, so I feel nervous. That was where his fault was at, right? What a fucking jackass. Is he dead? It's close. But you also believe they were one of the first groups to do a school breakfast program. That thing that we still don't have today, despite the fact that it is a fucking necessity for some students to focus. I think it was in Chinatown that store owners had to take up and arm themselves and defend their businesses during the LA riots because the cops weren't protecting them. I think I remember that, yeah. Like, there are examples of, like, obviously being able to defend yourself with weapons. Like, if you are, like, face to face with someone who's crazed and trying to kill you, or, like, wants to harm you, you should have every right to take out the human dealer with her. And yes, you can be, like, trained so that you can, like, call things out and be like, hey, get down on the ground, I don't want to do this. But, like, no one is, like, expecting you to, like, have to do that if your life is in danger. Like, if someone is coming at you, stay strapped. No one's gonna judge you for owning a gun, man. I just hate that type of fucking, like, because we got, like, a subset of the culture over here in Britain. It's like, oh, silly Americans, what do they own guns for? They should have them all taken away. It's dangerous, isn't it? Like, okay, and now their government can walk all over them. Good job. Because, like, the government would. I've seen your government, no offense. Like, it's bad. And it's like, oh, okay, so now, like, the fringe, like, racist groups can, like, terrorize people. It's like, you don't win by doing that. I don't necessarily feel 100% safe where I live. If we had guns, I'd probably own one. I'd probably, like, keep it in a drawer. Keep it safely on, just, like, keep it there. Never look at it. I wouldn't take it out, I just know it's there. Like, hey, if I need to deal with a situation, that's there. Should make George Washington a king when we hit the chimps. No, because monarchies are worse. You gotta remember that democracies, like, these days are fucking bad. But monarchies back then were even worse. I say this living in a kingdom. A kingdom! In 2023, a kingdom! Fell out to Prussia. Prussia got lucky. Prussia got fucking lucky. Everything is bad. When can I become fair? Depends on your views. If you believe in reincarnation, then one day you may become a ferret. I hope reincarnation isn't real for me. I don't want to get reincarnated. I like me as I am. Those rat/mouse VTubers better be careful because ferrets are natural predators. Huh. I've heard of farms having cats, but I've never heard of farms having ferrets. Maybe it's because you stink. Was sent an email to a solicitor with the typo community in it? A motherfucker is messaging solicitors. Are you suing me? Is it finally time? Felt good. Ferrets are high in maintenance and cats. Yeah, well, so is a car, mate. What do you think about that argument? Before cats became holy figures in ancient Egypt, domesticated ferrets were the primary anti-rodent pet. Oh, that's ancient history. No, you have a job? I'm sorry. Ding. How did we fail at destroying it? How did we lose a crew? I'm not even going to justify reading it. I said destroyed a fungus, and like I started reading, you're true, leave a trail of gunpowder. No, we have guns. Fireballs. Wait, they. Okay. Sell off this junk. Unless. Oop. Sell off that junk. There we go, 7 of Iva. Ferrets are also stinky. I can confirm that one for a fact, yeah. Stairs over at L. I keep, like, emoting, but I'm not allowed to do that right now. Also be a... Wait. Hey, what's up? I got an Easter egg. Females can die if they aren't fixed, yeah? Oh, you mean that ferret thing? That's the grimmest shit. New sheep are in his Easter egg. I guess open an Easter egg. I have this thing where I used to just smack them against my head. Am I gonna repeat it? You got damn right I am. Ow, fuck! Oh, that hurt way more than it used to. Oh, that was a sharp bit of chocolate right to my forehead. Oh, fuck! Hi, Captain. How you doing? I got We're okay. Oh, good. Yeah, it was a joke, because if we ever needed an Easter egg opening when I was a kid, my sister would always smack it against my forehead. And she'd, like, afterwards, she'd be like, oh, no, you did great, you did great. you got the eggs open. And just, like, just gaslit me into, like, smacking eggs over my head my entire life. You just pop in to see self-care or lack there. Don't worry about it. I got Galaxy Minstrel chocolate egg. Mm-mm. Chocolate. Okay. Hydrate or dihydrate? Are you giving me a choice? I choose dihydrate. Blech. Take piece. Stretch? Hold on. Yeah. Alrighty. I get the feeling this area sort of goes down here. Maybe some weird generation here. And, like, goes all the way through here. Which would mean that the best way to explore this area would be to go to Carolyn first. So that's what I'm gonna do. Love you, Starlight. Mwah, kitties. You ever find yourself eating chocolate egg and it doesn't taste anything like the chocolates that it's supposed to be about? Just mean in it. Okay. Hello, Cacti. Goodbye, Cacti. Yum, yum. This is my lunch, it's just an Easter egg. Don Cheadle. Okay. Hot take Sunless Skies, the British Fallout. They are making a British Fallout. Not Bethesda officially, but modders. Sorry if I raised your dopamine levels for a second there. Dopamine? Serotonin? Serotonin. Dopamine is a drug. Boop, boop. Yeah, give me those. Hello? You're a drug because you're addicted to me? Oh no, I'm an addictive substance. Oh. Britain exists after Fallout. I assume it was wiped off the face of the earth. Okay. I'm gonna say this line because I always say this, and I think no matter what, it is still true. Britain should not survive into the space age. It should not survive the apocalypse. I am in a country that's going to be expired in 100 years. There is not going to be a United Kingdom here, one way or another. Let's make it 10 years. That's about as much time as I need to get popular. They'll always be in England. Yeah, but can there not be British people? I mean that in a silly, goofy way. Because you always see characters in, like, sci-fi books and stuff. But space British. They're like space civilizations, but they're British. And you can't convince me, in my tiny little brain cell, that we're making it space. We had, like, a rocket crash recently, didn't we? That was supposed to, like, have a satellite on it? Like an experimental one? Like, we were trying to make our own fucking space race. And it fucked up. Hey, yo. Oh. Signal station. Dong. Read the ledger. Dong. Vision of the heavens. Dong. Leave. Then Britain devolves. Keep going back. Go back. Go back through the Normans and the Saxons. We can erase this island. We're back at the fucking Celts now. Keep going. And no one. Good. We got it. Oh. I am caught by a torrent of death. Double back? Fuck that. Press on. Oh. That lost us crew. Women had pillows under their skirts to pretend they had huge asses. I thought it was like a metal cage. Ooh. Okay, Stripes Vincers. There we go, 1 down. 2 to go. I'll take the fuel and supplies. I don't know what a Frisian Dutch is, but maybe they could do with a blanket. Huh? What now? You're thinking Chirioni skirt cages? Yeah, I'm thinking about Chirioni skirt cages. I still believe the dream of Britain's is to have space trains. I would be happy with space trains. Those had butt pill that just jutted out the bottom. That's weird, man. I don't like that. Maybe I'm too judgmental because I personally don't need an ass pillow. My ass is fucking fantastic. I'm at a stage where I've only eaten a bit of chocolate, but I feel like I've eaten too much chocolate. What happened to my old, like, fucking child stomach? I could just, like, fucking down a billion chocolates. Or is it just that kids stop paying attention to the fact that it makes them feel sick after a while? Who's Terra? I miss TTT. That was the OG Among Us, and it was great. Used to be able to just fucking, like, approach fucking, like, these obnoxious kids who are, like, trying to be all, like, no, you're not playing the game right, RDM, and you should just, like, shoot them in the face with a deagle and they die instantly. You have books on women's fashion going back to like the 1500s? You can see the rise and fall of the big butt at least twice. What if it made a resurgence? You and me, Cherry, we could rock that shit. Nearing level 11. Level 11. Oh, level 11. Brain. Okay. Looks like the evil wind is still going. Ooh, hi. You're normal tech tea. Yoink. Okay. Let's hit it. Full of chocolates, this egghead. Ah. Goodness gracious. Grace egg. Grace eggs. Forward. You're gonna have to fight Cherry for it, sadly. A lot of area to clear up over now. How are we doing on the old terameters? The terameter. 45%, that's enough for me to get the fuck out of here, honestly. I'm just pass through Nightmareville. Why does America have places that name shit like Nightmareville, Kentucky? In a place called Ass, Dick, Balls, and Cock, Kansas. Don Cheadle. You're at least Don Cheadle? Yeah, you're famous actor Don Cheadle from Space Jam 2, the movie. So I made a TikTok a while back because that's where all the unhinged memes come from, right? And I was thinking, I really like unhinged memes. Maybe I'll find some. Ah! Think we need to waltz and grommet that way into space? Look, I'll do it if no one else does. Oh, Christ. I keep losing valuable crew. Holy shit. Leave me alone! We have a place called Curry Hammer and... Oh yeah, we do have that one. Hi Dragos, welcome on in. They were lining me up. They knew what I came to do. Doink. Maybe they finally got news that I keep sinking their fucking ships. They have a place called Rooty Hill. How is this game called? You mean the one that I'm playing? It's in the stream title, isn't it? Yeah, it's just underneath my name, you see? Sunless Skies. You cast? Yeah? Question mark? I mean, I'm not good at doing the engine. That's over now. Ah. I'll go to sleep now, it'll be tomorrow. Okie dokie, Starlight. Thank you for stopping by. I'll make sure to get into the space race for you.
Chirionne Chered X1, mesile dogle yw gotsoim source flinesoi cant dodd real 1.
Sand sources are offline? In the hashtags? Oh yeah, I put cursed there because this is cursed content. I'm usually saying something cursed. Well, thank you for the look. Gonna need to make a trip to Magdalene's, probably. Now. Yeah, I'm gonna need to make a trip to Magdalene's. Next, Magdalene's. No. Do not care for all of that. I thought there was something I forgot to bring over to the new UI. I'm sure there's a lot of things I forgot to bring over. Oh shit! The mid-morning calm is shattered by furious yelling in the distance. The storm is causing trouble again, shouts a passing urchin joyously. Chaplet Street is lined with gleaming churches, dedicated to every conceivable deity, sect, or heresy. And there is a corner of Chaplet Street nestled between a crematorium and a tobacco shop, where the city's least popular temples have been segregated. In this grubby and profane little corner, a group of yellow-collared vicars are trying to make themselves heard above the furious yelling of a gaunt priest. The psalmists seem to be getting into an unholy row with new sequences. As you approach, psalmists pour from ramshackle churches and charge. Easter holidays time, let's go. Well, this had nothing to do with me. I'm gonna sit back and watch the fight. These are probably the two most despised cults in New Winchester. It's a matter who wins, but it promises to entertain. They have rewarded me evil for good. A scrabbling, vicious, faintly embarrassing street fight ensues. The constables arrive and break it up full along. Here she goes. One of the constables pinches the bridge of her nose. She pulls a slip of paper from her pocket and hands it to the psalmist's head priest. Shut your church down, effective immediately. You've been nothing but trouble since you arrived. The priest stared at the paper. He sits heavily on his church's doorstep. The psalmist priest throws himself at your feet. I kneel before you, twice scorned, he says. Once by my former congregation, and now again by the prejudice and machinations of the city. Please take us aboard your train. He pulls a tattered map from his equally tattered robes. Here, the white well of the Blue Kingdom. Where the dead go, we will build a new fair. We'll spread our word even beyond the veil. Buddy, you want me to take you to the afterlife realm? Okay. For this, you will escape condemnation. The psalmists of the cursing church are so overjoyed, but few of them attempt to smile. It's a terrible thing to behold. They settle back into their habitual frowns as they gather their meager belongings and file into your train. How goes the war? Where's my name? Been mentioned extensively in the minds of the editors and subsequently the Gazette's readership. Your name is synonymous with the taxi course. Your locomotive appears prominently in Trainspotter's Delight, a column that ostensibly highlights interesting engines sighted in the reach. In actuality, it is the means by which the parsimonious chairman indicates which vessel may be fired upon with impunity by the company-aligned vessels. Take me to... Fine. Oh God, I have to ferry so many fucking people. Hire many crew. Repair the engine. Oop. Yeah, we're dropping coins, but what does it matter? We're fucking rich. How many more do I need? We only need 2,000 more. Then we're golden. I love you, Schmel. Little bouncing weirdo you. Ding ding. Me when I create the emote, but I call other people weird. Okay. Let's trade favor to affect the balance of power. And now we'll do it again. I don't know how many more times I'm allowed to do this. They are fucking thriving. I am beloved to them. It's gonna come as no shock that they've won the war. I guess I can go in from, like, the other side now. Spent some additional ration of brandy. Maybe if I took all of these tankety nameplates that I've been collecting up to Port Prosper, sold them, I would have enough of a new engine. But it would abandon my morals. But money, but morals. Ding! Yoink. I've already convinced myself I'm going to do it, by the way. You can't convince me of how terrible a decision is. The engine is worth the risk. Alrighty. Doot doot. Let's treat our Terra. No matter what we spend here, we have a lot to work with. Even uncanny specimens and visions of the heaven. Money too. And let's treat Terra one more time, because we can afford it. Done. And we are without Terra, or at least me. Doot doot. Okay. Hello, fish. Fucking isopod. Alright. Plunk. I was hoping it killed it. Yoink. Alrighty. Only a couple more large areas to explore. I think there's only one more port to find. And then who knows? We'll have a choice once we've left this area, that's for sure. Yum yum. Doink. Meh. 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 Hope you enjoyed your fucking bang, bitch. I'm allowed to say that to him, he's ace beanie. About to commit an act of absolute treason. Not even like a mildly treasonous act, like I'm about to fuck shit up. But I need the money. And it killed a lot of tacties to do it. We love Martyr? Who's we? Who's we? Me. Okay. We'll chat with the pertinent secretary. Wait, no. Go back to the station. Parsimonious chairman. We'll turn in all of our tacti nameplates for sovereigns. Whew. Oh my god. It wasn't enough? Further text from the parsimonious chairman. / ignore. Between the two of us, this never happened. I'm also going to immediately cash in all of my favors. The other company house. Mystery stamp permits, bounce power. I'll take the permits, please. I'll take some gossip too. And some more permits. Murder's fun. Oh no! You can't just murder! It's not allowed! Choo choo! Ah! Choo choo! You guys can't even see my ambient sway anymore, this is bullshit. Would they ever get back to me? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Did they text me? They did! You want to install the... What show up in the capture device in OBS? What the fuck? What do you mean it shouldn't show up as a capture file in OBS? This has nothing to do with OBS. OBS is the problem. Oh, tech support, why are you like this? You would have a VTuber. It's not allowed. Why is PvP enabled? You're in Alliance territory. You're not allowed to PvP. Wing. Break out the brandy, string up the fizzles. I didn't do anything. Uninstall the Unity Capture Filter 64.dll. It should not show up in capture devices in OBS. Yeah. It's not a capture file in OBS. What do they think my problem is? Ace up punting children. Then right here, any comments about literally 1964. Stop kicking children. You're gonna get yourself into trouble. Ding. Need a bronzewood. Ah! I don't believe you, Ace. Doesn't show up as a capture device in OBS. What are you talking about? Like a video capture device? Yeah, I'd imagine not. Oh. Properties of video capture device, and then there's none. Oh. Oh no. Wait, chat, send me a message if you can still hear me. Send me a message if you can still hear me. Chat! Chat!